RJ Schofield here in Bristol, Rhode Island, where our beloved waters are under attack. But this invasion is less alien than you may think. Porcelain crabs, a possible invasive species, have been found in the local waters. These crabby creatures may not only eat up our resources, but also the contents of our wallet.
In the last couple of years, there have been the emergence of some new invasive species in Narragansett Bay. Those have been seen actually throughout the Northeast, particularly different crab species. Crabs are one of the most common invasive species. Their larvae actually come over in ballast water of ships or along with seed populations for aquaculture. So a couple of new crab species have become more prevalent and observed frequently in Narragansett Bay just in the past couple of years. And there's kind of this invasive species watch going on for both the public and for experts to understand and be aware of new species that have been coming into the bay.
Influx of invasive species, a big ecological epidemic, has found its way to the nation's smallest state.
This summer we had a massive spawning event out in Mount Hope Bay and actually down into Narragansett Bay, where we found just unbelievably high numbers of crab larvae floating around in the water column. And because we had never seen that phenomenon before, obviously we were intrigued, so we collected some of the larvae and we brought them into the laboratory. And one of my students, Brendan Walden, cultured them through to metamorphosis so that we could try to identify what they were, because they had a very unique body shape as a larvae that would indicate they belonged to the porcelain crab family. And we were unaware of any porcelain crabs that were native to the area.
While there are certainly environmental issues to be addressed, local businesses also may find themselves taking a blow from these invaders. David Helger, who manages Bridgeport Seafood in Tiverton, Rhode Island, weighs in on how his and other seafood proprietors could be affected.
It would hurt local pricing on the local native stuff, because we carry just the local native, dug shellfish and cohorts like that. Because versus the farm raised, we're not big fans of it, like the native shellfish, which we don't mind actually paying a little bit more for, which does cost more than farm raised. But if the shellfish stocks get wiped out locally, yeah, then the price would go way up on them.
We still haven't gotten a positive ID back on that crab yet. We gave them to some invertebrate specialists, a fellow over at URI who's been doing a lot of work with aquatic nuisance species, and to my knowledge he has not totally determined what they are and where they came from.
While the jury is still out on how dangerous these creatures may be, local businesses and scientists still look for ways to thrive as more information on these and other invasive sea creatures begins to surface. Reporting from Bristol, Rhode Island, I'm RJ Schofield.